Ever pondered over what makes one powerful? Is it wealth, influence, or perhaps a secret habit? The answer may surprise you, as power often comes not from external factors, but rather from within, from our mindsets, attitudes, and habits. Today, we're going to explore one such source of inner strength, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece, is a practical philosophy that focuses on personal ethics. It teaches us to maintain a disciplined and tranquil mind, regardless of external circumstances. It's about understanding the world around us, accepting what we cannot change, and focusing our energy on what we can influence. It's a philosophy that doesn't just talk about power, but shows us how to wield it effectively. Now, you might be wondering, how can a philosophy that's over 2,000 years old be relevant today? Well, the principles of Stoicism are timeless. They've been adopted by influential figures throughout history, from Roman emperors like Marcus Aurelius to contemporary leaders in various fields. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life that can guide us towards personal empowerment. In this exploration, we'll be focusing on 4 key habits of Stoicism that lead to power. These are not magic tricks or quick fixes, but lifelong practices that can help us harness our inner strength and navigate the world with calmness and clarity. We'll talk about practicing objectivity, embracing acceptance, cultivating mindfulness, and valuing virtue. Each of these habits is a stepping stone towards personal power. They help us to see the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. They teach us to accept the inevitable, to be present in the moment, and to act with integrity. And when we adopt these habits, when we truly live by the principles of Stoicism, we can find a source of power that is resilient, enduring, and truly our own. Stay tuned as we delve into these 4 powerful habits of Stoicism. We'll be taking a deep dive into each habit, exploring its roots in Stoic philosophy, and discussing how you can incorporate it into your daily life. So, are you ready to discover the power within? The first habit that Stoics practice is objectivity. Now, what does objectivity mean in the context of Stoicism? Well, it's about viewing the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about removing our personal bias, our preconceived notions, and our emotional reactions from our perception of events. Let's shine a light on Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a respected Stoic philosopher. He was known for his ability to view situations objectively, even in the face of adversity. Remember, he was a man who bore the weight of an entire empire on his shoulders. Amidst this immense responsibility, he practiced objectivity, allowing him to make clear and rational decisions, free from the clouding influence of emotion or personal bias. This isn't to say that emotions are bad or to be avoided. Rather, Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge our emotions, but not to let them dictate our actions. In the words of Aurelius himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. By practicing objectivity, we can see the reality of our situations. We can separate facts from our emotional reactions to those facts. This clarity of vision allows us to make better decisions that are grounded in reality rather than in our fears, hopes, or desires. And how does this lead to power? Well, power, in the Stoic sense, is not about ruling over others. It's about having control over oneself. It's about being able to navigate life's ups and downs with a clear mind and a steady heart. So the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, remember to practice objectivity. Try to see the situation for what it truly is, free from your personal bias or emotional response. This will not only lead to better decision-making, but also to a greater sense of control and ultimately, power. Objectivity, therefore, is the first step towards Stoic power. The second habit is embracing acceptance. Now, this isn't about being passive or resigning oneself to fate. No, this is about understanding the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. In the grand tapestry of life, there are threads we can control and those we cannot. This concept, known as the dichotomy of control, was central to the teachings of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. He held that some things are within our control, our own actions, beliefs, desires, and judgments, and some things are not, everything else. Imagine life as a game of chess. We control our moves, but not those of our opponent. We can strategize, anticipate, and react, but we cannot dictate the game's flow. Similarly, in life, we control our responses, our attitudes, our decisions, but not the circumstances we encounter. This is where acceptance plays its part. It's about recognizing the limits of our control and accepting the things we cannot change. This doesn't mean we give up or stop trying. It means we focus our energy where it can make a difference, on our own actions and reactions. When we embrace acceptance, we free ourselves from the chains of futile resistance. We stop wasting energy on trying to control the uncontrollable and instead focus it on what we can influence. We gain clarity and perspective, which in turn leads to peace of mind. Acceptance is not an end, but a means, a tool that allows us to navigate life's turbulent seas with a steady hand and clear vision. It empowers us to deal with adversity, to find serenity amidst chaos, and to remain unswayed by external events. It brings us closer to realizing our potential, our strength, and our personal power. By accepting the world as it is, we gain the freedom to shape our world as we wish it to be. We become the architects of our own destiny, the masters of our fate. Embracing acceptance, thus, forms the second pillar of Stoic power. It's not just about enduring life, but about living it fully, authentically, and powerfully. It's about finding strength in acceptance, wisdom in understanding, and power in peace. This is the essence of Stoic acceptance. This is the path to personal power. The third habit in our list is mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a term that's been thrown around quite a bit in our modern world, but what does it really mean? And how does it connect to the ancient philosophy of Stoicism? Well, the Stoics, particularly Seneca, emphasized the importance of being present in every moment. He once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This illustrates the Stoic belief that we often create our own distress by dwelling on the past or fretting about the future, instead of focusing on the present moment. So, how does mindfulness lead to personal power? Imagine you're at work and you have a pile of tasks to get through. If you're not mindful, your mind might start wandering. You might start thinking about that awkward conversation you had yesterday, or worrying about an upcoming meeting. And before you know it, your productivity has taken a nosedive. But if you practice mindfulness, you can keep your focus squarely on the task at hand. You can fully engage with what you're doing, which not only leads to better results, but also saves you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. That's the power of mindfulness. Indeed, mindfulness is not just about enhancing productivity. It's about living a fuller, richer life. It's about truly experiencing the world around you, instead of getting lost in your own thoughts. It's about finding peace in the present moment, no matter what that moment may bring. So, how can we practice mindfulness? It's simple, but not always easy. It involves taking a moment to ground yourself in the present. It's about acknowledging your thoughts and feelings without judgment, and then gently guiding your attention back to the here and now. It's a skill that takes practice, but the rewards are well worth the effort. The Stoics understood this well. They knew that by staying present, by being mindful, they could maintain their equanimity even in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. They could keep their focus, their clarity, their power. Practicing mindfulness, therefore, is the third key to Stoic power. The fourth and final habit is valuing virtue. In the realm of Stoicism, virtue is considered the highest good, the beacon guiding us towards a fulfilled and meaningful life. The Stoics believed that virtue is the only good that is both sufficient and necessary for happiness. It's not about wealth, fame, or power. Instead, it's about cultivating an inner strength that can weather any storm, a moral compass that keeps us aligned with our highest selves. Among the Stoic virtues, 4 stand out: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Each of these virtues holds a unique power, and together they form the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Wisdom is the ability to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. It's about making the right decisions, understanding the world around us, and learning from our experiences. Courage, on the other hand, is not just about bravery in the face of danger. It's also about resilience, endurance, and the ability to face challenges head-on, whether they are physical, emotional, or psychological. Justice is about treating others fairly with kindness and respect. It's about understanding that we are all part of a larger community and that our actions have an impact on others. Finally, temperance is about moderation and self-control. It's about knowing when to act and when to refrain, when to speak and when to listen. Temperance is the virtue that helps us maintain balance in our lives. When we prioritize these virtues, we experience personal growth. We become more resilient, more understanding, more balanced. We become powerful not in the sense of exerting control over others, but in the sense of mastering control over ourselves. And isn't that the true measure of power? The ability to remain calm in the face of adversity, to act with wisdom and integrity, to treat others with respect, and to maintain a sense of balance in our lives. Valuing virtue, thus, completes our quartet of Stoic power. The power to live a life of purpose, resilience, and meaning. The power to be truly free. So, how does practicing these 4 habits make you powerful? Well, let's revisit them. First, we have objectivity. This habit teaches us to see the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be. By removing our personal biases and emotions, we gain a clear and unbiased perspective. This clarity empowers us to make sound decisions, unclouded by irrational fears or desires. Second, we have acceptance. Practicing acceptance allows us to face life's challenges with grace and serenity. Instead of resisting the inevitable, we learn to flow with the current of life. This does not mean we become passive, but rather we become resilient, capable of adapting to any circumstance. Then comes mindfulness, our 3rd habit. In a world full of distractions, mindfulness serves as our compass, guiding us back to the present moment. By focusing on the here and now, we gain control over our thoughts and actions, making us masters of our own minds. Lastly, we have the habit of valuing virtue. This encourages us to live according to our principles and to act with integrity. By prioritizing virtue, we build a strong moral character, earning respect from others and, more importantly, from ourselves. Bringing all these habits together, practicing Stoicism empowers us to live authentic, fulfilled lives. It enhances our mental resilience, allowing us to face adversity with courage and grace. It cultivates self-awareness, enabling us to understand ourselves better and to grow from our experiences. It fosters inner tranquility, freeing us from the shackles of external circumstances. Imagine living a life where you're not swayed by the whims of fortune, where you remain calm amidst chaos, and where you find fulfillment in virtue. That, my friends, is the power of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and a Roman emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Indeed, the power of Stoicism lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our inner world. With these 4 habits, the power of Stoicism can be yours. Are you ready to embrace the power of Stoicism? Imagine a life where obstacles are not barriers, but stepping stones to personal growth. A life where you are the master of your emotions, not the other way around. This is the promise of Stoicism, a philosophy not just for understanding the world, but for living in it. The 4 habits we've discussed today, practicing objectivity, embracing acceptance, being mindful, and valuing virtue, are not just theoretical concepts. They are practical tools that you can incorporate into your daily routine, starting right now. These habits have been tested through time, offering guidance to some of the most influential figures in history. From the great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to modern leaders like former President Barack Obama, the principles of Stoicism have provided an invaluable framework for navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Every day presents a new opportunity to practice and refine these habits. As with any skill, the more you practice, the more powerful you become. So, are you ready to take control of your life and harness the power of Stoicism? Are you ready to thrive, not just survive in the face of adversity? If your answer is yes, then we invite you to join us on this enlightening journey. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any future content that can inspire and guide you on your path to becoming a more powerful version of yourself. And remember, Stoicism is not just about personal growth, it's about contributing to the world around you. By becoming more resilient, mindful, and virtuous, you can impact the lives of those around you in a positive way. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. So let's uplift each other. Let's call forth the best in ourselves and in those around us. Don't just exist, live powerfully with Stoicism. As we conclude our journey into Stoicism, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound wisdom inherent in the 4 habits we've explored today. These are not mere philosophical concepts, but practical tools available to us all. The practice of objectivity, the embrace of acceptance, the cultivation of mindfulness, and the value of virtue. Each habit is a stepping stone on the path to a powerful life, a life marked by resilience, tranquility, and true contentment. These practices invite us to confront the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, to navigate the ebb and flow of life with grace and equanimity. So I encourage you to apply these habits, these timeless tenets of Stoicism in your daily lives. Let them be your guide, your compass, as you navigate the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. Remember, as Seneca once said, it's not about bearing what is necessary, but loving it. Embrace the Stoic way, and you'll find power in every aspect of your life.